Can you imagine that a simple white powder in your kitchen could bring back the vitality you thought was lost forever and change your sexual life? It sounds impossible, doesn't it? Many men over 50 have already accepted that weak erections and low energy are an inevitable part of aging, and that the only solution is expensive pills like Viagra. But what if I told you that all that money and frustration could have been avoided? That your own body still has the ability to respond, to regenerate, and to regain the firmness and energy of years past. It just needs the right conditions to activate. This is where an affordable, safe, and surprisingly powerful ally comes into play: baking soda. Yes, the same white powder you probably have in your pantry is not only useful for cooking or cleaning, but it can also become your secret to restoring firm erections, sexual vitality, and confidence. For over 10 years, I have specialized in male hormonal and urological health, helping hundreds of men recover not just erectile function, but also their energy, self-esteem, and overall well-being. Throughout my experience, I have seen how simple, natural solutions, often overlooked by modern medicine, can produce astonishing results. Baking soda is undoubtedly one of the most effective and least recognized natural enhancers of erections, with minimal cost and practically no side effects if used correctly. Before you rush to your kitchen, it's important to understand why it works, how to use it safely, and how, combined with simple daily habits, it can produce results that often seem miraculous. This is not about an instant effect like medication. It's a holistic approach that strengthens your body from the inside, improving circulation, balancing pH, and boosting the production of key hormones like testosterone and nitric oxide. Understanding these principles will allow you to make informed decisions and maximize benefits, ensuring that the changes you notice are not just temporary, but sustainable over time. As men age, their bodies undergo natural changes that directly affect sexual function. One of the most important factors is the progressive acidification of the body. While normal blood pH should stay around 7.4, after age 50 it is common for it to drop to levels of 6.8 or even 6.6, meaning the body becomes more acidic than is healthy. This alteration is not just a number on a lab report. It has very real consequences for circulation, hormone production, and the ability to have firm, lasting erections. An acidic environment constricts blood vessels and slows circulation, which reduces blood flow to the penis, limiting both firmness and duration of erections. In addition, the production of nitric oxide, the key molecule that allows blood vessels to dilate during sexual arousal, decreases significantly in an acidic body. Without adequate nitric oxide, even the strongest stimulation may not result in a full erection, leading to frustration and affecting self-confidence. Other factors of aging add to this: decreased testosterone, reduced tissue elasticity, and accumulated habits that increase body acidity, such as a diet high in processed meats, sugar, alcohol, and refined flour, along with a sedentary lifestyle. For example, a man named David, 62, noticed his morning erections disappearing, energy levels dropping, and sexual motivation declining. When he measured his pH, he discovered it was 6.7, clearly outside the optimal range. This scenario is very common and explains why many men believe erectile dysfunction is inevitable after a certain age. Understanding these mechanisms is crucial because it allows addressing the root cause rather than just treating symptoms. By adjusting pH and improving circulation, it is possible to naturally reactivate sexual function, recover firmness, increase the frequency of erections, and, above all, enhance overall well-being. This understanding also opens the door to simple, safe, and affordable solutions, like the use of baking soda, which works directly on the body's acidity and supports the proper functioning of the systems involved in erections. Baking soda acts as a powerful alkalizer, capable of neutralizing body acidity and bringing pH levels closer to ideal. This action may seem simple, but its effects on sexual and general health are impressive. By raising pH, blood vessels dilate, blood flow to the penis increases, and nitric oxide production is reactivated, allowing erections to regain firmness and frequency. In other words, baking soda doesn't just address the visible symptoms of erectile dysfunction, It targets the root problem, a body that is too acidic for natural systems to function properly. Science supports these claims. For instance, a pioneering study conducted in the United States with 150 men over 60 showed that taking half a teaspoon of baking soda daily for 3 months produced remarkable results. Blood flow to the penis increased by an average of 50%. Morning erections returned in 70% of participants, and sexual activity almost doubled, with no significant side effects observed. This demonstrates that this is not a magical or temporary solution, but a natural approach that enhances the body's normal physiological processes. The benefits of baking soda go beyond sexual function. A less acidic body is less prone to urinary infections, helps prevent kidney stones, relaxes muscles, and improves cellular energy production. Cells operate much more efficiently in an alkaline environment, which translates to more vitality, greater physical and mental endurance, and faster recovery after exercise or daily exertion. For example, a patient named Carlos, 58, noticed that after a few weeks following a baking soda protocol, not only did his erections improve, but he also regained energy throughout the day, experienced less joint discomfort, and felt a noticeable lift in his overall mood. This case shows that alkalizing the body with baking soda can produce positive changes on multiple levels, creating a virtuous circle that impacts both sexual health and overall quality of life. In short, baking soda is not just a home remedy. It is a scientifically backed tool, supported by studies and clinical experience, that when used correctly, can transform male sexual health and overall well-being safely and affordably. The key lies in proper use, consistency, and combining it with healthy habits that enhance its effects. Nothing illustrates the power of baking soda better than real stories of men who, after years of frustration and expensive treatments, managed to recover not only erectile function, but also their energy, self-esteem, and overall well-being. For example, Michael, 64, had been dealing with erectile dysfunction for 5 years. He tried Viagra, but the side effects were unbearable: headaches, nasal congestion, and chest discomfort. One day, he read about baking soda online and decided to try it under medical supervision. After just 3 days following the proper protocol, he woke up with a firm erection like he hadn't experienced in 20 years. This transformation not only impacted his sexual life, but also boosted his confidence and daily mood. Another remarkable case is Robert, 71, who opted for baking soda baths 3 times a week. Immersing himself in hot water with dissolved baking soda allowed the compound to be absorbed through the skin, helping to alkalize his body. The results were astonishing: improvements in his erections, reduced prostate discomfort, and increased overall energy. Robert describes how this simple practice became a revitalizing ritual, combining physical well-being with relaxation. Charles, 67, combined baking soda with apple cider vinegar in a morning routine. This fizzy mixture not only alkalized his body, but also enhanced digestive function and metabolism. 6 weeks later, Charles not only regained firm and spontaneous erections, but also lost abdominal fat, regulated his blood pressure, and improved his daily energy level, demonstrating how comprehensive alkalization can affect multiple body systems. Fernando, 73, experienced an even more complete transformation. His story shows how baking soda can influence the entire body. Joint pain disappeared, his breathing improved, his skin regained radiance, and his hair became stronger. This case illustrates that the benefits are not limited to sexuality, but translate into general rejuvenation and a significant improvement in quality of life. Finally, Peter, 68, had spent decades spending hundreds of dollars a month on Viagra, but after trying the baking soda protocol, he was able to stop using the medications. In just 1 month, his erections were as firm as when he was 25, with minimal cost and no side effects. Albert, 75, confirms this experience. After 3 months of treatment with baking soda, he regained morning erections, increased sexual potency, improved his prostate health, and experienced an energy level that made him feel like he was 50 years old. These stories demonstrate that erectile dysfunction is not an irreversible sentence, and age should not be an excuse. The combination of alkalizing the body with baking soda and healthy habits can restore lost vitality and comprehensively improve male health, positively impacting both sexual life and overall well-being. To achieve optimal results, it is essential to follow a specific baking soda protocol, tailored to the body's needs and combined with daily healthy habits. The recommended dose is moderate but consistent. A quarter teaspoon of baking soda dissolved in a glass of warm water in the morning, preferably half an hour before breakfast. It is important not to add lemon or other acidic ingredients, as they would neutralize the alkalizing effect of the baking soda. This morning dose helps balance pH from the early hours, activating metabolism and preparing the body for the production of key hormones, including testosterone and nitric oxide. The nighttime dose, 2 hours before bed, is even more critical. Half a teaspoon dissolved in half a glass of water maintains an alkaline pH during the night, a time when the body performs tissue repair and regeneration processes, including recovery of penile tissue. Sleeping in a balanced bodily environment facilitates hormone production and allows spontaneous and morning erections to recover naturally. There are complementary methods that enhance the effects of baking soda. For example, baking soda baths. Filling the bathtub with hot water and dissolving a cup of baking soda allows the body to absorb minerals through the skin, alkalizing the body and relaxing the muscles. This habit, practiced 3 times a week, has been shown to improve not only sexual function, but also energy, circulation, and prostate health. In addition, maintaining a diet and lifestyle that support alkalization is crucial. Drinking enough water, at least 8 glasses a day, helps distribute the baking soda throughout the body. Consuming foods rich in potassium, such as bananas, avocado, and spinach, balances the sodium from the baking soda and enhances its effect. Avoiding highly acidifying foods such as refined sugars, flours, processed meats, and alcohol is key to maximizing results. Leafy green vegetables act as natural alkalizers and work synergistically with baking soda, boosting energy production and sexual function. Finally, moderation is essential. No more than half a teaspoon per day should be consumed, as excess can overly reduce stomach acidity, cause digestive issues, and create a sodium overload that may affect kidney function. The key is consistent use, properly distributed throughout the day, allowing the body to adapt and respond effectively, achieving sustainable and safe results. To further enhance the effects of baking soda, it can be combined with other natural elements that provide additional benefits to the body and sexual function. One of the most effective combinations is baking soda with apple cider vinegar, prepared by mixing 1 teaspoon of baking soda with 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in a glass of water. When combined, the mixture fizzes. It is important to wait until the bubbling subsides before drinking. This combination not only alkalizes the body, but also boosts digestive enzyme activity, improving nutrient absorption and metabolism. For example, Charles, 67, experienced improvements in erections, abdominal fat loss, and normalized blood pressure after 6 weeks following this habit. Another interesting alternative is baking soda with coconut oil, which is used for a gentle penile massage. This practice combines alkalization with increased local blood flow, enhancing firmness and sensitivity. In addition, the skin of the penis remains hydrated and more elastic, helping prevent micro-injuries and discomfort during sexual activity. The combination of baking soda and turmeric has a powerful anti-inflammatory effect and helps cleanse blood vessels, improving circulation. This effect is especially useful for men who are overweight or have arterial stiffness, as it facilitates blood flow to the penis and reduces the risk of cardiovascular problems associated with erectile dysfunction. Finally, baking soda with green tea enhances the antioxidant effect and helps increase nitric oxide production. This not only supports erectile function, but also protects the body from damage caused by free radicals, contributing to slower aging and greater overall well-being. To measure the effectiveness of these combinations, it is recommended to use pH test strips and analyze the first urine of the morning. The ideal pH is between 7 and 7.5. If the measurement is 6, the body is still too acidic, and the baking soda dose can be slightly increased. If it is 8, the body is too alkaline, and intake should be reduced. Listening to your body and adjusting the combinations according to individual response is key to maximizing results and maintaining an optimal balance. For those starting to use baking soda as an ally for sexual health, it is helpful to have a general timeline showing how results typically appear and what changes to expect at each stage. Although every body is different, clinical experience and success stories allow for an approximate guide. On day 1, you will notice an increase in energy and overall vitality. Visible changes in sexual function are not yet present, but the body is already beginning to balance pH and activate key metabolic processes. This renewed sense of energy usually translates into more motivation for daily activities and an improved mood. By day 3, morning erections begin to appear, a clear sign that blood flow and nitric oxide production are improving. For many men, this is a highly motivating moment, as it confirms that the protocol is working. During the first week, spontaneous erections may occur during the day, even without direct sexual stimulation. This indicates that the body's physiological systems are balancing and circulation is becoming more efficient. By the second week, erections during sexual activity become firmer and longer lasting. Men report increased confidence and significant improvement in sexual satisfaction, along with a rise in libido. After the first month, the maximum benefit is typically reached, with regular erections, optimal firmness, and a notable increase in sexual activity. Additionally, many men experience further improvements in energy, focus, and overall well-being. To reinforce these results, it is recommended to complement baking soda use with moderate physical activity, such as daily walks, which help maintain efficient circulation and contribute to pH balance. Maintaining an alkaline diet, rich in vegetables and fruits and low in sugars, refined flours, and processed meats, is also important. A practical example is the case of Daniel, 62, who began the protocol with a glass of warm water and a quarter teaspoon of baking soda in the morning and another dose at night. By the third day, he noticed morning erections, and after 2 weeks, his sexual activity regained the firmness and frequency of previous years. This example illustrates how, by following a timeline and maintaining supportive habits, results can be both rapid and sustainable. In summary, consistency is key. Following the suggested timeline and observing daily changes allows for adjusting doses and habits according to individual response, maximizing benefits and ensuring a comprehensive recovery of sexual health and overall well-being. Although baking soda is a natural, inexpensive, and generally safe product, it is essential to respect recommended doses and take certain precautions to avoid adverse effects and ensure effective use. Moderation is crucial. No more than half a teaspoon per day should be consumed, as excess can overly reduce stomach acidity, causing digestive problems such as reflux, nausea, or stomach discomfort. Additionally, baking soda contains sodium, and excessive consumption can affect kidney function and blood pressure, especially in individuals with pre-existing conditions. If you are taking medication for blood pressure, it is essential to consult a doctor before starting the protocol, as the combination of sodium and certain medications can elevate blood pressure. Similarly, if you have kidney problems or chronic kidney disease, baking soda should be used under medical supervision. The same applies to those taking medications that reduce stomach acidity. Baking soda could interfere with absorption if taken with meals, so it is always recommended to take it half an hour before breakfast or 3 hours after dinner. Listening to your body is another fundamental aspect. Regularly measuring the pH of the first morning urine helps adjust the baking soda dose. A pH below 7 indicates the body is still acidic, and the dose can be maintained or slightly increased. A pH above 7.5 indicates excessive alkalinity, and intake should be reduced. The key is finding a personalized balance, adapting the protocol to each man's individual response, and avoiding the temptation to take more to accelerate results. It is also important to remember that baking soda does not replace healthy habits. Maintaining a balanced diet, rich in leafy grains and low in acidifying foods, drinking enough water, and exercising are factors that enhance its effect. Ignoring these aspects can significantly limit the benefits. Ultimately, these precautions are not meant to discourage use, but to ensure the safe and effective application of baking soda, allowing men to recover sexual health and overall well-being without unnecessary risks. Caution and consistency are the keys to turning a home remedy into a powerful and sustainable tool for male health. Beyond improving sexual function, baking soda offers numerous benefits for overall health, making it a versatile and powerful tool for men over 50. One of its most relevant effects is the prevention of urinary tract infections. Pathogenic bacteria struggle to survive in an alkaline environment, so maintaining the body in pH balance helps reduce the incidence of infections, which, besides being painful, can also affect prostate function and quality of life. Another important benefit is the prevention of kidney stones. An acidic environment promotes the formation of mineral salt crystals in the kidneys, while alkalizing with baking soda helps dissolve these compounds and keep the kidneys healthy. The improvement in circulation and muscle relaxation is also remarkable. Baking soda helps reduce cramps, tension, and stiffness, which directly impacts mobility and daily energy. In addition, alkalization supports cellular energy production, as cells function more efficiently in a less acidic environment. This translates into more vitality, greater resistance to fatigue, and better performance in physical and cognitive activities. Clinical cases and testimonials show that men following the baking soda protocol experience increased energy, improved concentration, and a general sense of well-being. Recent research, including studies from Harvard, suggests that an alkaline diet combined with half a teaspoon of baking soda daily may even reduce the risk of serious diseases, decreasing the risk of certain types of cancer by up to 40% and cardiovascular disease by 35%, as well as extending life expectancy by an average of 8 years. This demonstrates that alkalization benefits not only erections but overall health, including heart, kidneys, and metabolism. Finally, baking soda also acts as an ally for longevity and aesthetic well-being. Patients have reported improvements in skin, hair, and joints, as well as a greater sense of youthfulness and vitality. Altogether, these benefits show that baking soda is much more than a simple home remedy for erectile dysfunction. It is an economical, safe, and accessible resource that supports overall body balance, enhancing sexual, physical, and mental health comprehensively. Erectile dysfunction is not an irreversible sentence, and age should not be an excuse to give up a full and satisfying sexual life. The key is understanding that, over time, the body's pH balance shifts, creating an acidic environment that impairs circulation, hormone production, and, consequently, the firmness of erections. Recognizing this problem is the first step toward a solution, and the most surprising part is that this solution could be right in your kitchen. Baking soda, an economical, safe, and effective resource. By following a simple and consistent protocol, which includes morning and evening doses of baking soda, alkaline dietary habits, proper hydration, and moderate physical activity, it is possible to observe quick and sustainable results. In just 3 days, many men notice increased energy. Within a week, morning erections begin to appear, and by the end of the month, maximum benefit is achieved with firm erections, increased sexual frequency, and a sense of overall rejuvenation. Success stories like those of Michael, Charles, Peter, and Albert demonstrate that this approach transforms not only sexual function, but also vitality, self-esteem, and general health. Moreover, baking soda provides additional benefits. It prevents urinary tract infections, supports kidney health, relaxes muscles, enhances cellular energy production, and, according to recent studies, may reduce the risk of serious diseases and promote longevity. All of this comes with minimal side effects and an almost negligible cost. The combination of science, clinical experience, and healthy habits makes this simple powder a true comprehensive ally for male health. Finally, I want to encourage all men to take action today. Start by measuring your pH. Follow the baking soda protocol and observe how your body responds. Maintain consistency and adjust doses according to your personal experience. Remember that true strength and vitality come from a balanced and well-cared-for body. Stay alkaline. Stay strong. Reclaim your vitality and enjoy every stage of life with confidence and well-being.